Hey Jay, how are you? I hope you're going well. You good? Oh, that's good to hear. AWS API Gateway at the moment. Yep. If memory serves me correctly, is that the DNS stuff? No, I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of Route 53. Don't know why I'm thinking of Route 53 when there's API in the name. Don't ask me. It's one of those days. Alright, I'm still just booting up. Alright. Well, that's pretty cool. Alright, I'm done with that. Ooh, is my bitrate horrible? Oh no, it's good. Socks, your tail's in the way. Oh, that's what I haven't got open. I haven't got PyCharm open. Alright. Okay. Just gonna. Hopefully that works. Oh, Socks is sitting on my mouse. Okay, welcome. We've got Socks down here. Just put my face on. Okay, let's just jump straight into it today. So, we want to fix some bugs. So I'm just going to go to the U track. And another thing is, when we do fix this thing with the Tiny Mouse dark mode implementation, I also want to, what do I want to do? Sorry, my brain's catching up. I want to do a proper shakeout test of NearBeach. So a lot of just me going through testing NearBeach out and writing bugs tonight. Because we're at the end of the month and I kind of want to, get that done. I forgot to rewatch the, I found a really good YouTube video on unit testing for VueJS, but I forgot to rewatch it, so we won't do any unit tests today. I want to rewatch it with knowing what I know at the end of the video and try and solidify a bit of stuff. So at the moment, this particular bug, we're going to pop it open to its own screen. Tiny mouse is just not, not there. And what we want to do is we want dark mode enabled. So we're going to do a quick test first. Oh, I forgot to put in the link. Shoot. Alright. But yeah, it's something like this, where we've got the skin oxide dark and the content CSS dark. So we're going to play around with this. We're not going to match it to user preferences. The reason being is we're assuming that what the user picks is what they're going with. Alright, first off the bat, npm run watch. I'm in the wrong thing. Okay, whilst that is running, we're just going to hit the run. And we're just going to go over here. We're going to yank this particular one. We're just going to open it up in here. We're actually just going to focus on new project at the moment as a test. We're just going to play around with this. When this starts working, we're happy with it, then we're going to sort of fix it up for everywhere else. So we're going to close all tabs. Straight off the bat, what we're going to do is minimize all of this, because we're focusing on the VueJS sort of thing. So we're going into here. We want projects and a new project. All right, so we project form. So we've got this editor here. So this is the VueJS wrapper, which we've just got to edit. So we've got content CSS files and skin files down here. I do believe they've got to be these string values. So what we're going to do is we're just going to copy oxide dark. Oops, that was meant to be this one. And we've just got dark for this. And that's what they've got. Code index, tiny mouse. Oxide dark, dark. Alright, cool. We've got this set at 500. So if we enable this, let's go to network. Alright. Didn't like that. Now that might be because I'm not pulling through those particular CSS and JavaScript stuff, but it looks here, it looks fine. We've got the skin. What I'll do is I'll minimize this. I'll go to a new task. I'll just hit reload. So we've got skin, we've got all the plugins. Yeah, socks. Yeah. Okay. Not a problem. This is where we start reading some documentation. Or trying to remember my Twitter login details. Oh, I'm already logged in. because I know I posted something and Tiny Mouse actually responded. Oh. Socks, what are you doing? Come here. Yes. Alright, Tiny Mouse. Dark mode, how to enable it. Once upon a time, dark mode wasn't an option. It was only mode in... Yep. Alright, cool. I honestly think I've just searched the exact same article. Yep. Cool. Except this one actually had... Yeah. Not a problem. So... if we go down here... Socks, I'm reading. Socks. Yes. Meow. So yeah, they've got skin and content. Oh, I might have this mixed. Oh, content CSS. Yeah, I've got this mixed around the wrong way. Socks. Socks. Sweetie. Careful. Moving my hand, she stood on it and was like, ah! Just, she's causing trouble. Well, even then, I'm just going to make a massive change. The reason why I'm doing a massive change is I want to make sure that these CSS has been compiled. Alright, it definitely has been compiled. Still dark. We don't have anything missing from over here. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to go into package. I've got to look at minimizing a lot of these icons to one day. Yes. I'm looking for Tiny Mouse socks. There we go. So we're using Tiny Mouse Vue. Okay. Oop. All right. What are you doing, socks? Okay. Yeah, we don't want to do any of that. We're fine with all of this. So we've got the init stuff. Does this belong in the init? But it's out here. So, because I'm really concerned about your feet touching the iPad. Okay, and then we've got this here. Okay. So somewhere in here we've got to look for content underscore CSS. Not even CSS is in there. So we might as well Google Tiny Mouse VueJS dark mode. Yeah, and I'm going to move my iPad because Sox's little paws are right by the raid button. She just clicked raid before. Alright, enable dark mode and tiny mouse. We've just been there. How to use tiny mouse in dark mode? No. Customizing editor UI. Yes. Okay, I'm just going to comment out these lines, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put content CSS equals dark, and then skin equals oxide dark. And I'm just going to delete those two lines. We're going to wait a couple of seconds, and then we're going to hit reload on projects. And then I'm going to hidden content CSS dark, skin oxide dark, display none. Yeah, all right. Sorry. Need to see examples. All right, tiny mouse, that's a tiny one. There you go, it's loaded. Yep, all right, that's fine. Okay, tiny mouse themes. I'm just going to close these. Okay, I just want examples of the themes. Yeah, that's all good and dandy. Yes, sucks. Oh, sweetie. You just want treats. She just wants treats. Alright, and themes. I just want to see what it looks like. Alright, sweet. Give me an example, because what I want to do is I want to see this. And whether this is correct. So here it's got skin oxide dark. Oxide dark and dark. Alright. And that's part of the init. That's what it's meant to look like. Sweetie, stop it. View demos. Alright, what are you doing? Okay, going over here. Let's pull this down. Text area. Style display, none. Oh, socks. Yes, socks. They don't have it there. Alright, let's pick on this one. Inspect this one. ID, tiny, react, yada yada yada. Display, none, hidden, true. Oh, socks. Alright, just give me 2 seconds. Okay, one day this camera's gonna break. Alright, there we go. Now stop it. No, stay here. So that doesn't seem to be working how we want it. I just want to see what happens if I delete those lines. And we are on new project. But you're not going anywhere. Alright, nothing shows up as being bad. No. Okay, inner network, it's all good and dandy. We've got the skin. Oh, that's another thing I should look at, and that's UI Oxide. Socks? No. Okay, one thing I want to do. Let's go into our node modules. Let's go into our tiny mouse stuff. God, there's so many node modules. Tiny mouse. Oh, sorry. So tiny mouse view. We want the tiny mouse, and then we want the skins. We've got content, and we've got dark mode here. Or this. I think we've got to fetch this. So what I'm going to do in here, I'm going to undo a bunch of stuff. Alright. Then I am going to stop our build once that's done. I'm just going to go run npm prod. Just waiting for it to build. Sweet. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up another tab. I'm going to go to our sites, and then NearBeach. I'm going to go into our static files within NearBeach, and then we've got tiny mouse here. And then I think we've got skins, content default, and all that kind of stuff. But before I do anything, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see what files I need to override. So over here, let's look at JS first. So we've got the load of JS, that's what we're doing. We've got the tiny mouse JS plugin and so forth like that. So we're kind of happy with all that. Let's look at the CSS. So we've got the skin and content. So we've got two contents. So we've got the Tiny Mouse Skins UI Oxide skin. So Tiny Mouse Skins UI Oxide. Tiny Mouse Skins UI Oxide. And then we've got that there. So that's for the skin. And then the content is the Tiny Mouse Skins UI Oxide. Yep, content. And then default. Alright, so under dark, I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to paste it in. I'm going to replace both those files. And I'm just going to reload. Oh, we're getting somewhere now. And I probably need to replace this content too. So skins content default. So going back to this Oxide one. So skins content default. Oh, that's the same default. Yeah. Alright, so themes won't work. Skin UI Oxide. Oop. Just gonna copy all of this. Not quite where we want it to be. Okay, so if you're using Tiny Mouse themes, this is optional. Enables you to specify the location of a theme. This is useful if you're loading Tiny Mouse from one URL, for example CDN, while loading a theme on, say, local server. Theme URL. Alright, stop it. In your bed. Stay. Alright, the JavaScript too, let's have a look. So Tiny Mouse, oh, that's a good, oh wait, that's wrong one. Alright. No, stop it. Alright, I don't know how that's looking. Alright. Nope, socks. You've got the fucking cord wrapped around you. Jesus. Sorry, she's just not the smartest cat. Oh, oh, well, be careful. No. No. You go on the ground now. Okay, themes. No, I've been through there. Skins, plugins. Yeah, we've got all those plugins and so forth like that. Oh, this is the static files. Oops, I want node modules. Tiny Mouse, skin. Yeah, got everything there. Alright. Excuse me. Yeah, she's been doing that all day. I had a meeting with clients and she was jumping up onto my monitor and causing trouble. Oh, she's out of the room at the moment. I think that's just the safest spot to put her. Alright, so what I could potentially do is yank these. I need these two. So if I just copy this. So in Tiny Mouse, what we've got is we've got the skins. Delete skins and then UI. And paste it in. In here, we've got the content. And we'll need the dark one too. So not just the default. Alright, let's play around with our templates now. Alright, views. Not views, sorry. We want our templates, NearBeach, and we want the partials. And I believe it's in the head. So we've got two. So if need Tiny Mouse, we'll load this up. Which, you know. However, that being said, so we've got to preload the JS. Oh, sorry, the CSS. And then we're deferring the JS. And that is fine. And what we want to do is skins, UI, oxide, dark. That's what we want. And then if we go over here, let's just hit reload. That's not so as dark as I thought, but that's made that dark. All right, cool. Now, we might need another file. So this is just me figuring stuff out slowly. So this is the NearBeach stuff. So we need the UI, oxide dark. So we've got the skin. I feel like we need the content CSS now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to yank this, I'm going to paste it. Content. Now I don't know if there's a min for that. Content min CSS. Yep. Alright, sweet. And we're just going to go over here. We're just going to hit refresh. No, that didn't quite work. Oh, just hold on a minute. We've got multiple contents coming through. We've got the Tiny Mouse skins, UI, oxide, dark content, and then we've got this particular content coming through, and then the default stuff, which I think is overriding everything. All right, going back to new project. We've got the editor, got this. Now I want to check in our header. Sure we don't have any other stuff in here. Cool. It's just the menu. We also want our footer just in case I put anything in here, and I haven't, which is good. Just double checking the template wide. Yep, that's all good, that's all good. That's all good. So my main question is, where is this content min CSS coming from? So let's have a look in our, and actually let's right hand click, view page source. Okay. Let's zoom in, let's go content .min .css, and I can only find one. we're purposely pointing it at Oxide Dark. Let's reload this. Just wondering what's calling this. Let's go back to this. Alright, this is dark mode. Sweet, we're inspecting this. Let's play non-hidden, yep. Alright. This is dark mode, this is Tiny Mouse 6. So let's have a quick look in our packages.json. We've got Tiny Mouse, that version. Do we need to update? And updating might cause problems, because there might be breaking changes. So let's jump to 5. Let's go examples. Let's look for themes. Alright. Configuration, UI components. Alright, not a problem. npm.js.org at tiny mouse slash we need tiny mouse view. Alright, and we want this component. Versions, we've got 5.11, 5.12 release candidate. We don't want release candidate. Latest version is 5.11. So npm run install. npm install. So used to typing and run. One time I don't need it. Alright, so this is once again the 6th document. We will be upgrading to Tiny Mouse 6. It's just that at the moment it could break things, and I would need to do quite a lot of testing for it. Okay. Dark mode. Default. Alright. Community, dark content CSS. Building Tiny Mouse content CSS using module loading. Alright. It's probably not what I want. Dark skin, oxide, dark. So we've got that. So do I just need to import all of that? So I'm just gonna paste this in for reference. So we've got oxide dark, we've got the skin. I'm just gonna change this to skin shadow DOM, and I'm just going to paste that in twice. Gonna have content and content dot inline. Alright, I'm gonna wait a few seconds. I'm just gonna hit reload. Alright, so you do say content min, content inline, skin, but it just then reinstalls the skin UI oxide. Alright. Starting to wonder if these pulses meant anything. Wait a second, hit refresh. We're still getting oxide content, but we've got the oxide dark up here. Oh. Alright, something happened. Hello, how are you? Thank you very much for the follow. Greatly appreciated. I do hope you're enjoying my content as we struggle through this. I mean, worst case scenario, I can upgrade to Dark Mode 6. Sorry, Tiny Mouse 6. If that's going to save us a lot of effort, then yes, I definitely do want that. I like struggling, so yes, I'm enjoying the content. Fair enough. Were you here when my cat Socks was trying to knock over, well, she successfully knocked over the webcam twice. So she's being shot out of the room. Were you there for that content? Alright, so what I want to do, I just want to copy this. I am just going to open up Visual Studio Code. I'm just going to ignore all of this. It's going to paste this in and hit save. I'm just going to have tinymouse.html right there, and what I'm going to do is I am just going to open it up. And this won't work. And select text area. We're missing code. Oh, where did that one go? My cat has been tearing from one of her eyes in the past 2. Oh no! Took her to the vet yesterday and her eye had magically fixed itself. Now I'm back home and she's tearing and holding it close. Oh. Damn. Well, I do hope your cat gets better. It's not a good sign with tearing. Alright, head, script, inish, selected text area. Add the text tags to the body. Gave some eye drops. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's good. I used to have a cat. I don't know if you can see the picture. No, you can't. Alright, up there in the background, the ginger cat. This is how old it is. That photo was actually taken on film. Anyway, so my very first cat, and my mum accidentally scratched her on the eye. Yeah, the vet bill at the time, and we are talking about 15 years ago, the vet bill, just by walking into the door of the specialist, and I had to see another vet before I got to the specialist, was $90. And that's just walking in. Good news is she didn't lose her eye. She ended up getting some drops and they worked wonders on her eye. Unable to check the internet down, guide default. Yep, alright, cool. So this loaded up fine. Now we need to get it into dark mode. Alright, include the skin and content options. Yeah, she was a nice cat. Yeah, she sadly passed away a number of years ago now. So that's how long ago that photo was taken. Yeah. Mr. Dealey, but I've got socks now. Who causes so much trouble? Alright, so now this is working. Alright, let's have a look in our network. So it's getting the skin. Skins, oxide dark, oxide dark, oxide dark. Oh, content and dark. Okay, so let's go into our new project. It must be this. So I am going to copy this, paste this in. Oh, it doesn't like it like here. Because it's part of the init. Okay. So we're going to wait a second and hit reload. Still not doing what we want it to. Okay. Tiny mouse. I'm just going to use Google now. Tiny mouse, view, dark mode. Not working. Yep, cool. Not loaded in view component. No. vModel, tiny mouse, no. View and tiny mouse issue. Cool. Alright. Tell you what, we're going to risk it. We're going to update this. We're going to do it. Oh, that's annoying. Alright. npnjs.org. Tiny mouse view. So it should be tiny mouse. There we go. Versions 5. Oh, it only goes up to 5.11. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. Yes. Only goes up to 5.11. Oh, I hate when that happens. Okay, I'm going to delete those 2 lines. Actually, I'm just going to undo. I'm going to find out what happens when I say true. So yeah, it's meant to look like that. It's meant to grab stuff. If I inspect this, got the text area, name content, style, display none. That is true. Do we have on this dark? We do. That's in the iframe. Okay. Even if we feed through the dark stuff, it just overrides it. So that's part of the init. Back when you were a kid, I first read about Catholics, I thought they were people addicted to cats. Yeah, I can see it. Catholics. Yep, I definitely can see it. I like that one. Alright, I'm just wondering if I need to put it up here, so we're just going to read the documentation a little bit more. So that is, they are saying it's part of the init. Alright, so I'm just going to delete these lines, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in here, just going to copy and paste. Oh, there's paste. That'll do. Gonna. Oh, I should also put that down. All right, now we wait. All right, maybe. I'm on new project, new project. I'm just going to put in. Oh, I'm not. Alright. I'm not building my project files. Okay, silly mistake. Sorry about that. That's why I do the height changes. I'd add in silly hello worlds and stuff like that, so I can be like, alright, cool, this builds. And there we go. That's what we need to do. So what I'm going to do is I am going to git reset hard, because we've not made many changes whatsoever. I'm going to, first off, delete these two. And in here, I am going to copy, I can just skin oxide dark. And then the content CSS dark. All right. Now if I hit refresh, nothing happens. And that's because I think I need to compile. Almost did it again. Almost. Okay. Done. Perfect. All right. Now we have a small little problem. So if I go to my profile, I change this to light theme. I need to fix this up when it changes to light theme. I go in here. I go new project, still on dark mode. I also got to fix that. So what I need to do is in here, I need this as a variable. And this is where we need to implement a better solution for this. Alright, not a problem. Now, the thing is, how many editors are there? Okay, there's 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. I just wish it would show... 19. Okay, so it's not too much to edit all of that. We could potentially do a find and a replace, get all of this looking the same. So we can line up one of these to be perfect and then copy and paste. We do, with new project, we don't have the upload abilities. We do want to add that in the near future. So yes. Okay. Now, as I think, we need these to be variables, so I'm just putting this in as temporary code. We're going to delete this soon. So we've got skin, and that will equal, sorry, just double checking. So skin will be oxide dark, and the content CSS will be dark. Alright, so we'll be happy with those. And then what we want to do is we want to change this. And we've got this dot skin. And then this dot content CSS now. That should work within this editor, like so. Another thing which I might have to do is change these double quotes to those backticks. But this is what we're testing out right now. So if we reload, that is still dark. Go to my profile, I'll make this dark for everyone. There we go. And then if I go new project, still dark. Okay, so we're happy. Looks like this has worked. So if we inspect this element here, we go up here, we've got visibility hidden, style none, true, all right. I'm guessing that works perfectly fine. So if we go down here again, let's actually have a look at the themes that they've got. Oh, wrong one. That's the static files. Here it goes. So skin, UI. We've got Tiny Mouse 5. The blue. Yes. So that will be, just because this is Tiny Mouse's CSS and all that kind of stuff, yeah, so that blue will be the dark mode color, sadly. It would be nice to match another NearBeach color and so forth like that, but at the moment, I mean, that is plausible to do. So a good way to do that would be to actually go and modify these, and then we can easily put that in. And yeah, actually, now that I say that out loud, what I want to do, sorry, UI, wrong UI, Tiny Mouse 5, UI, I'm just going to grab all of these and realize that I'm using the wrong shortcut. I'm going to paste them in. I'm just going to apply all these, merge and replace, which will be fine. And then what I want to do is under content. Yeah, we want content also. So skins, content, we want to merge this and override those. And what I want to do is I want to change these. But first I got to play around with stuff. So we got Tiny Mouse 5 and Tiny Mouse 5 Dark. So what I want is I want to go Tiny Mouse 5, I think it was. Yep, -5. And then here we just want nothing, I believe. And we wait and we reload and it goes back to this. Okay, sweet. And if we have a look in the network and reload everything, we've got the skin coming from UI Oxide. Oh no, Tiny Mouse 5 skin. And the Tiny Mouse 5 content. Alright. And then if we undo this, wait for it to do its thing. So we've got 3 there. If we hit reload, we've got 4. We've got content dark. I'm just wondering what happens when... Oop. What happens when we've got the normal oxide stuff. Okay, I'm going to hit reload. That looks nice. I'm going to say that would work. Okay, so, and then if we go Tiny Mouse 5 and then dark, wait a second, and hit reload. Now we're just playing around with it. So we've got the URLs UI Tiny Mouse 5, UI Oxide Skin, which is, that's going to happen anyway because that's part of the code base up there. Skin content dark. There we go. Oh, we don't have the Tiny Mouse 5. Alright, so the content folder. Let's have a look at the skins content. So default is the one we want. And Tiny Mouse 5 dark. Yeah, I'm just playing around with all of these at the moment. Seeing what happens, what we can get away with, and so forth like that. It's not what I wanted to do. So we've got content Tiny 5 dark. It was just meant to be Tiny Mouse 5 dark. Tiny Mouse 5 dark content. Yep. I've still got the wrong skin there, but once again, that's probably from our code. So what I want to do is in the header, I am just going to comment this line out. So we're still getting the skin Tiny Mouse 5. Because I got to type in dark. Alright. There we go. And that is working how we want it to. And hello, Porus. How are you? I am working on NearBeach, which is an open source project management system. We are trying to implement dark mode for Tiny Mouse. So this is what it looks like at the moment. So you've got the dark mode around and then super bright Tiny Mouse. So we're figuring this out at the moment, and I've not done this before, so it's me just playing around, tweaking certain settings and so forth like that, and yeah, just having a general play around with stuff. It looks like I just need to edit these variables, which is going to be great because moving forward I can get these variables. The idea of how I'm going to implement this dark mode is I will need Vuex. The reason being is I don't know at what component I would need that theme for. So it's best to have Vuex where I've got the theme coming through and I can just go to Vuex, here's the Vuex sort of stuff. I can then get this data from Vuex depending on what these are. So yeah. Alright, so let's do a default. Skin. So I think the skin is Oxide and the content CSS is going to be default, if memory serves me correctly. So yes, hopefully that made sense. And I just realized that you were in an ad. Terribly sorry. I'm hoping you heard all of that for us. Alright, the too long didn't read is I'm trying to implement... Okay, so I'm working on a project management system called NearBeach. Tonight we're working on fixing a bug. This is a dark mode type of bug, so whenever dark mode comes on, Tiny Mouse isn't being implemented into that dark mode. So I'm implementing that. I don't know how to do, well, I do now know how to do it, but at the start of the stream I didn't know how to do it, and we've just been playing around with it, getting it to work, seeing what we need to do, and so forth like that. The way I'm going to fix this is because for a new project, that's pretty easy to do. The new project, if we have a look at our components, we've got our root component here, we've got an async component wrapper around that, and then we've got new project. So we're feeding that data straight into here. So the theme data into this. Now the problem being is if I'm on another, let's say we go to an organization, all right? So an organization has some nodes which are quite far down to get to. The idea being is we'll use Vuex when we feed in the theme, which I should show you is... Oh, we might not do it at this component. This might be one of those rare components. I thought we did. We should. Data props. I thought I did. Because this is different colored. The idea being is I'll feed in the theme name and we'll use Vuex to spread that onto other components so we can access it really easily from other components. And the idea is the Vuex will determine whether we're going to be Oxide or default. I mean, we could potentially use Tiny Mouse. That's, yeah. So I am curious what Tiny Mouse 5 will look like. This is the best thing about doing something like this is we get to play around with it before we jump into the serious sort of stuff. So this is what's... alright. I like the Oxide better. Though the dark mode... Dark mode does look cool. But if I change this to Oxide... and that to dark... I've screwed up somewhere. Skin. Oxide dark. Hit reload. Alright, I'm sticking with oxide. So, yeah. We now just got to go through and essentially implement this. So I'm just going to minimize everything, crunch it down. I'm going to click on this. I am going to go into our source, go into our JavaScript, go into our Vuex. We've got user settings. We don't have theme in here. And I think that belongs in here in the user settings area too. So what we're going to have is theme settings vuex.json. Not JSON, no, JS. All right, and very much similar to, oops. There we go. Realize you can't see that side of the screen. That's just me for referencing stuff. So I keep forgetting how to do this properly. Export const. We want theme settings. All right, like so. And we've got our state. We'll have it like that. Got our mutations. We've got our actions. We've got our getters. Yep, that's just an object. All right, cool. So our state, we've got two variables which we want to get. So if we look at this, we want the skin and content CSS. So what we want is skin, and the default is just going to be oxide. And then we've got our content CSS. Ooh, do we want to have it like that? No, we don't. We want to be consistent, and that's going to be default. All right, those are our two things. In here now, this would be an action. Yeah, all right. Give me 2 seconds. View X action. Because if we're dealing with business logic, we want to do it in an action. So in this sort of case, increment, commit, increment. Yep, cool. That's all good and dandy. And we've got a reference just over here. So what we've got in here, we've got our mutations and we've got our actions. So that's async, hand drag cards, dispatch and commit. All right, cool. So that updates something down there. We won't need that. We'll probably need commit. Depending on what we're doing. So the thing is, there's the reason why I am thinking of using actions is because there's a bit of business logic. It isn't as simple as me being like, all right, sweet, make it these values. What we've actually got to do is we've got literally an if statement in there and stuff like that, and I kind of want to do this properly. So what we need is we could have two mutations, or we could have one. And I'm going to call it update tiny mouse theme. As simple as that. We're going to have a state and we're going to have payload. And then we've got state.skin equals payload.skin. And we've got state.content CSS equals payload.content CSS. So it's going to be like that. Now we want to automate this. So what we need now is an action where we want to update. Ooh, we need an overarching theme too, because we could potentially use that at the top levels. All right. What we want is we want a simple theme, and the default would be light. Easy done. Then we have update theme in here, which would have a state and a payload, and there will be a state dot theme equals payload dot theme. Sweet. And we can do this all in one hit. Because yeah, we'll need this in some cases. Now, this we can add it on. This will be redundant in some cases, but not really. So what will happen is when there's tiny mouse on the page, it will use this one. If there's no tiny mouse on the page, it will use this one directly. So update tiny mouse. Oh, can we use the same action? Process tiny mouse theme. It's going to be easy. So what we need is, we won't need dispatch. Or will we? I'm just having a look at my prior code. So update levels, can drag cards, await commit. Alright, so I don't think we need dispatch, but we'll need commit and payload. Okay. Depending on the theme, depends on what variables we use. Alright, this is where JavaScript switch case statements would be great. Alright, looks like we can. This would be payload dot theme. So we are looking at the theme. Alright, we need to. So it'll be case X. Alright, case light. We're just gonna have a break in there. Case dark. Gonna have a break in there, and then default. We're just gonna have a break in there. Now, light and the default are going to be the same. Please note, light is the default. Alright, so that's what we're going to do. The next thing we want to do is we want to commit, and we want to update tiny mouse. I think I update tiny mouse theme. I think I'm doing this right. It is a commit, it is a mutation, yep. And then what we need to do is we've got the skin, which will be payload.skin. We've got the content CSS, which will be the payload.content CSS. Then we've got the theme, which will be the payload.theme. So we're just passing. Actually, no, these won't exist. Sorry, these are what we're adding in. So the skin, that will be the. This is where we just look up what we just had before. That will be the oxide dark and dark. Right. So what we need to do, copy those 5 lines, paste them in here, change this to oxide and default, like so. And that should be that. at the moment. So what will actually happen is whenever we need to add a new theme, we just update this here for the tiny mouse sort of stuff. That will work wonders. As for the theme, it'll pass on. So yeah, for example, if we've got a blue theme and we create a blue skin and content, CSS and stuff like that, we can just key that information in here and we'll be all happy. Another thing which I've got to do is I've got to edit the Webpack stuff. So if we go to Webpack Common, we should have a copy. So we've got the copy of the tiny mouse files. In this sort of case, I'm just wondering if we can copy folders. It looks like we can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to essentially, we want everything from skins. Don't think we need the silver theme. I don't think default icons. I think we still need the default icons. Actually, do we need the silver theme? Before I actually break anything, let's actually, yeah, I still need that. So what I want to do, I actually want to delete everything to skins on both sides of this. That way it will copy everything we need across. I think the icons are fine. And then we've got to restart all of this. But first what I want to do is I want to open up NearBeach, I want to open up the static, and I actually want to delete this whole thing. Yeah, that's fine. And then npm run watch. So the reason why I did that was I want to make sure that this is working how it should be. So if I reload this, we instantly have a problem. Property skin was accessed during render, but is not defined on instance. All right. Oh, there's an error. Error in conflict. Oops. Multiple assets emit different content to the same file name. Tiny mouse skins, content dark. All right. And we've got our tiny mouse skins. Okay, so we're copying stuff, but something else is happening. Okay. Doesn't like that. Multiple assets emit different content to the same file name. Tiny mouse skins. I'm just gonna try that again. This is a bit weird. With one error, it's still that GZ. I'm wondering if it's this. Now we just gotta wait. Okay. Still an issue. Okay, I'm just gonna copy that. I'm just gonna go to Google. Webpack. I'm a Webpack rookie who wants to learn all about it. I came across a conflict when running my Webpack telling me error chunk HTML app conflict. Yep, alright, watch. First of all, on your output, you're specifying that update min CSS plugin to the latest for the Webpack 5, and you'll need. Alright, not my thing. So anyway, I've just commented out a line. The compression plugin. And I'll probably need to copy out that line to the view loader plugin. That'll be fine. All right, let's watch it. Okay, let's see if. So it's successfully built. So my guess is it's one of those two lines. All right. And yeah. I think it's this one. It might mean, and I don't want to do this, but it might mean that we need to go through each file in here. It's not fun. No, still a problem. Okay. Sweet. Cool. I'm just gonna have to oxide piece of eye. Bastard. Okay, I'm just gonna have to put this in like so. We've got defaults. We'll have the oxide dark in here. Oh my god, will this thing just not want to? Sorry, I am pressing certain keys and they're not acting like I need them to. Oxide dark. Okay, so we've got oxide dark, we've got content default. We'll need to yank that and paste that, and then we'll need to, and I'm pressing I, thank you. We'll need to change that to dark. Need to change that to dark. All right, cool. Then we've got oxide dark, silver thing will be fine, icons will be fine, plugin list will be fine, table will be fine. All right, sweet. So what this should allow me to do now is do that. Alright, I did want to actually copy everything over, but it wouldn't let me. So let's Webpack 5, paste that in. Let's have a look to see if there's options. I will need to zoom in for you guys, because that is really tiny. Yep, alright, cool. Plugins, new compression plugin. Alright, exclude. Exclude string. Yeah. I could have seen if we could have excluded tiny mouse. That is working so far. Alright, let's actually do that exclude. Let's see what this looks like first. So if we go to NearBeach, let's open up NearBeach. Let's open up the static files. Let's open up NearBeach. Let's open up Tiny Mouse. In here, we've got a minification of the Tiny Mouse. Under the skins, UI, Oxide Dark. We've got all this in here. Alright, so what we need to do is exclude the Tiny Mouse stuff. So it's an object with excludes. And then what we want and they've just got excludes. Alright, let's see what this does in here. This is just the same documentation. After a while, let's see how they've got it. No. Alright, let's just go back to the documentation, getting started, exclude. Exclude equals string, regex, array with strings or regex. Alright, so in this sort of case, let's put it in as an array with a string in there. And let's go tiny mouse. Alright, so we're happy with that. And the next thing we want to do is I am just going to do that. And I am actually going to grab one of these and paste it in, uncomment it, and then I'm just doing this. Because we want to copy everything from Tiny Mouse to Tiny Mouse. Now that makes our code size a little bit bigger, but that's not a problem. It gives us more flexibility moving forward with NearBeach. Okay. One error. Yeah, it's having a problem with that again. But we've got it in the exclude. I'll tell you what, I am just going to tiny mouse it. It's going to be 10 times easier. Hopefully this will work. Problem is it's going to flip to that sizing screen. Successful. Alright, sweet. Alright. Closing all these tabs. We got back to new project. We're going to hit reload. It's going to have a problem. The property skin was accessed during rendered but is not defined on instance. Oh. Yeah, alright. That's just us fooling around. There we go. Everything loads perfectly fine. If we go to our network, remove this. We've got a 404 for a plugin, the paste plugin. Alright, where's our head? That one should exist because we're copying the whole tiny mouse folder. Alright, we go over here. We got to our static. I am just going to move, not email, move to trash. No, definitely don't email that. Someone will be like, what the hell am I getting? So just redoing that. Alright, so we got NearBeach, Tiny Mouse, got our plugins. Oh, we no longer have paste in there. Let's have a look at our Webpack commons. So we've got plugins, paste. We've got preview, page break. But no paste. Where the... Okay. So, node modules, tiny mouse, plugins. Moving this up further so I can actually do something like this. So, NearBeach. Oh, sorry, node modules. Tiny mouse. Tiny mouse. Plugins. Where was I originally getting it then? Okay, that's really weird. Tiny mouse 5, paste. Paste, yep. GitHub, robotic head, NearBeach. This is why I don't like upgrading. Alright, NearBeach, static files. Tiny mouse. Plugins. Paste was there. But 6 months ago. Okay. Tiny mouse with paste plugin loses formatting in Chrome. No. TinyMouse plugins paste. Yep. All right. This is expected because you're using TinyMouse 6, which has quite a number of changes. Unfortunately, the new document website with more details was delayed. It might be a couple of weeks before it's completed now. So paste plugin no longer exists, as the functionality is now built into the core of the editor, which means you can remove it from the plugin's configuration. Oh, but what version of TinyMouse do I have? Read me. Yes. Getting started with TinyMouse. Yep. All right. Cool. They're pointing at 6. All right. This is going in as a bug. Okay. So, going over here. Gonna minimize this. This dark mode would be done very shortly. TinyMouse 6 has no paste. Let's wait. Let me TinyMouse paste functionality has changed between version 5 and version 6. Okay. As described in this ticket, issue ticket I should put in. TinyMouse version 6 no longer needs the paste JavaScript. This will mean we will need to change the functionality around how users upload documentation to PC. We'll need to figure this out. Alright, cool. This is actually a massive issue. This is actually a critical issue. And we'll save. We also want this version done in the 15 release. Okay, in the meantime, what I can actually do, git checkout NearBeach static. Check out NearBeach static. All right, remove NearBeach static git status. Change it. NearBeach static git status git checkout NearBeach static git status. Okay, I should have this one added. Partials head. Yeah, we've got that, rid of that. I'm going to get rid of it completely because everything seems to be working. We'll do a thorough test first. Source, JavaScript components, project, new project. We don't want to commit any of those changes yet. We want to commit source, user settings, themes. What the hell is gone wrong with Git today? This is this. Right. npm run watch. Alright, making sure things still working. Yes. Sweet. Localhost. Alright. Let's go to new project. This is working how we want it to. Let's actually make sure, let's actually get rid of these. Alright. We want to get rid of all of that. We want to bring this down. So do we have computed in here? No, we don't, and we don't have map getters either. So what we want to do, Vuex import map getters, or is it map getters from Vuex? Sweet. Then down here we want to just have computed. That's like that, and then dot dot dot, and then map getters. Will this thing let me just pick it? And then it's an object. Yep. And then we've got skin, and we haven't actually keyed in what we're doing up here. We've done the actions. We didn't do any of the sort of get skin. Yeah, we didn't do any of this. So get skin. Let's double check. Oh yeah, it's just a state. Actually, no, it's going to be simpler than that. Oh yeah, yep, it's just state. Yes, as an object. State. Like this. State, and then pass through. Alright. State.skin. And then get content CSS. Like so, alright, and then get theme. Alright. That should do it. I don't know why that one's throwing up an issue. But what we want in here, get skin, content CSS, get content CSS, like so. And I'm just double checking map getters. Yeah, it isn't an object like this. It is like this. Cannot resolve UX getter get skin string. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not having a problem there. Alright. having an issue. VueJS, unknown getter. Oh, we haven't plugged this into our VueJS stuff yet. So VueJS store, what we want is under settings, we'll have import theme settings from VueJS, user settings, and theme settings VueJS. Down here, we'll just do the theme settings like so. Alright, give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to open up the door, see if socks will put back in. Oops, just dropping everything. She probably won't. Oh, she's probably upset I kicked her out. Okay. So that should work. Oops, wrong screen. Might need to actually start that from scratch. Yep, there she is. Don't cause more trouble. Oh no, getters, come off it. Get skin. Alright, I'm just going to put this over here for reference. Oh, getters. Okay, now we'll wait a couple of seconds, hit reload. There it goes. So light mode is by default. So if we stop, don't stop it. No. No, you're causing enough trouble. If we go over to our VueJS, don't you dare think about it. On my shoulder. Without getting tangled up. On the shoulder. There we go. And what we want to do, theme settings, if we change this to Oxide Dark, and this, oh, it's in it though, in the inish. Alright, cool, not a problem. What we want to do is we want to go to new project view. We want to see if what data has been passed down. So with the props, we've got the group results, we've got the theme. So what we need to do on mount socks, yeah, no. That's why you were kicked out of the room before. Now this will be a store, but it won't be a commit. Oh, what is it? It's definitely not a commit. So dispatch. Dispatching. All right. Wait, down, down. Need a little water bottle. Just give her a little squirt. All right, dispatch. And then it's going to be a similar thing if memory serves me correctly. Increment. Okay, store dispatch. Action A. Oh, how do we do this? Okay, it's not dispatch then. Okay, I am going to have to look this up. So I've got update. update level collapse, I think. Oh, it is stored dispatch. So what I want to do, I want to copy these 3 lines. I just want to paste it after this. I'm just going to clean this up. I'm just going to change this to update. Oh, socks, stop it. And this will be process tiny mouse theme. Alright, slightly different. We don't need level ID, we need theme, and it'll be this dot theme. Now we should see that automatically pop up in the backend. Doesn't work fast enough. Oh, damn. Those are correct, but it hasn't passed it down into the init. Because the init by default won't be those. Damn it. Well, that puts a pin in this. It is changing it. And what I can do, just to prove that it is changing it, if I go to theme settings, I put in dark. Looks exactly like your cat. Long hair, yep. Black and white, yep. Green eyes, yep. Oh, I'm sorry to hear. Yeah. Yeah, she's very, very naughty. Let's see if we can get her on stream. She's extremely naughty, and she will knock over the webcam whenever she wants. She's done it multiple times today. So, yeah. Anyway, how are you, Aspie? I hope you're going well. Alright, so that works like that, but yeah, this isn't quick enough. I'm just wondering if we could defer this. Okay. Tiny mouse view. Doing well. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I can't complain. We are trying to get this to work. The dark mode and stuff like that. An assumption was I could use Vuex to pass these values through into here. However, it looks like I don't beat this init sort of thing. So I'm going to see if we can wait just a tiny amount to get this theme to pass through correctly. So yeah, fingers crossed. Otherwise, this is going to be worst case scenario. I'm going to have to pass it down each component, which is not ideal at all. And even then, I don't even know if it's plausible. Well, let's see, is Socks on focus? Ah, yeah, she's somewhat on focus. I can't. There we go. You can see her try and get into trouble. Okay. So we've done most of this. You know, we're happy with this. Essentially, this is just getting it knitted straight away. Don't see a defer. Oh, fair enough. I haven't used Next.js yet. One reason I haven't is I just don't have a project yet for it. I've been stuck on NearBeach. So yeah, I do tend to use other frameworks and so forth like that for an excuse to use a different framework, so I get to really dive deep into it. So yeah, I've used Angular, I've used React, I've used Vue. I want to learn Svelte. So yeah. All right. Another thing I want to do, just wait. Tiny mouse dark mode. Okay. They have this, the Windows Match Media. Depends when you actually think about it. So when I was 10, I got a calculator. And I was programming BASIC with it. So something like this. However, at university, I did mathematics at university, but we learned C, MATLAB, and all that kind of stuff. And then whilst I was there, I ended up helping code up a database or two and stuff like that. And then I went into what's now called data scientist. I went into that where, yeah, we used quite a lot of SQL and all that kind of stuff. I ended up using Python when I moved into my IT job to automate my job. And from there, I've just jumped into web development and been doing this for years now. Yeah, coding on the calculator. It was slow, but I learnt the basic concepts. Was I good? No. But, you know, I was 10. Yeah, I've been through quite a lot. Hence, you probably won't hear me rant about a language or anything like that. I'm fine with picking up whatever language. You'll hear me rant about the management of those languages, but never the language themselves. So, yeah. Alright, enable dark mode. Now, this is all in the init. Is there a way to toggle the dark mode? Let's have a look. Toggle. Alright, Tiny Mouse Advanced Code Editor Premium plugin. Oh, also has a dark mode option which you can toggle on and off when working within the advanced window. Damn. Alright, file. What is the dark mode that they were promising me? Darker light code button. Yeah, the problem with the init is, yeah. Alright, damn. Like, the problem is, even if I go, where's my profile? User profile. Change that to light theme. I know this is a bug here. I will get to fixing that. New project. Stays dark mode. Even though we've passed through light mode. So this Vuex isn't fast enough. And we're going to have to do it via props. Yes, Alright, Tiny Mouse, toggle dark mode. Alright, we might be lucky. Tiny mouse, toggle dark theme after init. So after the tiny mouse, I can toggle read-only settings like this. Editor mode, set editor, all right. But how do I toggle a dark theme for the editor and the content? This will not work. All right, no, it is not possible. All the settings defined in tinyMount init function cannot be changed without reinitialization. However, reinitialization can be done very fast. You need to perform 4 steps. Save the connection, destroy. I don't think that's possible. Kinda. It's moved past a personal project. You can actually, if you're interested in NearBeach. Oh, it just happened. All right. I don't know if you've got the ad or not, so we'll just chill here for a few seconds. Yep. Gotta love the ads. They're great tie-in tonight. So, yeah. Oh, you're back. Oh, that was a lot quicker than yeah, the ad countdown. So if you're actually interested, you can actually install NearBeach locally or wherever and stuff like that. I do want to move it past a personal project. I do want to move this into more of a community type of thing where people actually start using it. And it's the chicken and the egg sort of thing happening. I need people to start using it, give me feedback so I can improve it. It needs to be improved so people start using it to give back feedback. So by all means, start using it. We do also have a Discord. Yeah, in case you need any help. But yeah, I feel it has moved past being a community, past a personal project. Now, I do know that I have a couple of users using it who are giving me feedback, and I am trying to improve NearBeach off their feedback. Yeah. Okay. Now I've just got to think, how will I solve this now? I don't think I can reinitialize this editor. And yeah, it means that this okay. What I could do, so let's get rid of the computer stuff. Let's get rid of this here. We don't need this anymore. Gonna scroll up to the computer stuff. We don't need that anymore. So go to the data. What we've got is we've got skin, and this is dependent on the theme. So if I open up, I'm just minimizing everything, reopening it up. Source JavaScript mixins. What I can do, new file here, theme, tiny mouse theme mixin.js. We'll add it to the source code. We'll go to the source over here, paste this over here. What I want to do, export default methods, and then what we want is skin theme, and we'll have the theme push through. So we'll have a switch theme case dark return. And that will be the, we've typed this out 10 times tonight. It will be the Oxide Dark. All right, and then we've got a default. Return default, like so. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's initially it started out with me learning web dev and how that was different to building desktop applications and database stuff and all that kind of stuff. And then it kind of evolved. At one particular point back in August 2020, I decided to delete pretty much 95% of the code. I should have deleted it all. Reason being is I made some fundamental mistakes with the database design and all that kind of stuff, which if I deleted the models table, I wouldn't have made. And because I would have had to redo them again and I would have rethought about everything. And then, yeah, it's come quite a fair distance within those last 3 years. So it's on par with where I kind of want it to be, so hence I now need people to sort of give me feedback so I can be like, all right, that's a good idea, yeah, that is definitely needed, and so forth like that. So yeah, it's slowly getting there. All right, sorry, I've just solving the Rubik's Cube. All right, so we've got the skin theme, we've got the content CSS theme. Pass the theme through, like again, and then we use just another switch case statement. Case, case dark, return dark. Oh, it's not meant to be default, it's meant to be oxide. Return dark, default. Return default. This is meant to be default. So the idea here is hopefully if people want to use more themes and stuff like that, I can easily put them in. Back to the grind set, yeah. This is PyCharm. So I've got an open source license with PyCharm. So JetBrains. I can't type at the moment. So, oops. Open source license. Sorry, I am just, it's at the end of the day. I'm wearing out. So I have an open source license for this. So they supply well, all these tools for me free of charge, but the thing is, this is non-commercial. I don't sell NearBeach or anything like that, and I only use their IDEs for open source projects. So, yeah. I've been using PyCharm for a while. I did switch over to VS Code for a little bit. I still use VS Code whenever dealing with clients and so forth like that. I also use VS Code for my day-to-day job. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm just getting distracted with the cube again. So the idea is these are mix-ins. I can reuse these anywhere. So if we've got a new project, let's pull in these mix-ins. So what we want is import tiny mouse theme mixin from there. We go to our mixins here and we type in our tiny mouse mixin. And then the skin will equal this dot skin theme, and we type in this dot theme. Because I like this in alphabetical order, I'll do it like this. So the idea is this data gets initialized at the start. Then we need up here content CSS, and we're going to do the exact same thing. This dot content CSS theme, and we pass through the theme like so. Oh, it should be this dot theme. So the prop will be the theme. I should elaborate. They've got more tools than PyCharm for just Python development. In this sort of case, sorry, I was on a different page. Yeah, Django kind of falls into that. So it's great because there's a lot of functionality that sort of works right out of the box, like debugging and so forth like that. But at the same time, there are a few bugs where it doesn't work, so I can't debug my unit tests. But otherwise, it's JetBrains has a suite of different stuff like Acquia, CLion, DataGrip, DataSpell, Fleet, Golang, and so forth like that. Just some of these. Like I've also used PHP Storm in the past, so I had a workplace that bought me a license for that, and I was doing a lot of WordPress stuff with that. I also, for the NearBeach marketing site, we use Umbraco, and I'll use one of the C# ones, but I haven't quite set it up yet. But if you're interested in that, we are trying to keep our repositories open sourced. So we've got the NearBeach marketing site Umbraco, so yeah, it's an open source sort of thing. So you see how we build our sites. Alright, so that's all hunky-dory, or should be. Should go over here. If I hit refresh, we've got light mode here. I'm going to hit console. Everything seems to be fine. I think this is how I'm going to have to do it, and sadly I'm going to have to pass the variables down from high above, and I'll draw up why that's going to be a problem. Now, if we go to our profile, we change this to dark theme, and we hit that, and then we go back to our new project. It goes to dark theme. All right, so this is going to have to be the solution moving forward. Is we're going to have to use the old sort of method. We can't use VueJS. Paint.js. Is this one a better one? Alright, so if I draw our components like this, alright, we've got some components over here, might have one component here, we might have a couple of components like here. I am going to join them up like this. So this is an example of how our component tree could sort of look. So we've got the root item up here. We might actually have 2 items here. So a good example would be not on new project, but actually on, let's say, project information. We've actually got 2 components here. So there's one down here, and then there's this one up here. And we can actually see that when we go to the Vuex. You go to the components over here, you'll see that there's the project information component here and the parents module there. So that's a good example of why we might have 2 components like that. And then we split these down and so forth like that. Now, let's say down here, we've got the Tiny Mouse editor. We'll put that as TE. We need to pass the theme information from up here. So if we've got the theme information up here. Probably not the best sort of thing to do. All right, cool. Initially, what we're going to have is we're going to have Vuex over here, which I'm just going to call VX. And this root component was going to put it in here, and then it would have been called from down here. Now, the problem was, as you saw, it didn't act in time. So, what we've got to do, and this is going to be ugly, and I do apologize. And I'm just going to sort of erase this as best as possible. All right, everyone just ignore that over there. I'll use red. So what we've got to do is we've got to now pass this bit of the theme information down into here. It's then got to pass down into here, and then it's got to pass down into here. So I've now got to write props in this container to accept it, this container to accept it, and this container to accept it. It's not pretty, not gonna lie. It makes me sad. This is why I heavily use Vuex whenever I need to do stuff like this. So a good example of me using Vuex would be archive cards. Now, I don't need it on this particular page. That's fine. I don't need card on this particular page. That is fine. But when dealing with the Kanban board, when I'm got a lot of components split over multiple different branches and stuff like that, it makes sense using Vuex. But stuff like destination, so I can tell this is a project and its location ID is 2. So that will be used everywhere, pretty much everywhere, when I need to call information and so forth like that. Groups and users, that's used down here. Now that might be used, there's a couple of components just in this section itself, and that's where that gets used quite a lot. Kanban, once again, we're not on that sort of page, but once again, there's a lot of different components on the Kanban boards. We've got object links, we've got RFCs and all that kind of stuff. So where we need to have that information go to multiple different components on a branch out sort of system like this, yeah, we need Vuex. Because doing it this way, where we've got to go from the top down, is not helpful. And it's worse when it's a two-way interaction too. Where what you can do in the Vuex is you can have a mutator and a getter and a store. Also actions too, if you've got a little bit of business logic. So, yeah. Hopefully that makes sense. So yeah, the bad news is, gotta do the drop. Gotta, yeah, send the theme down. But some of the good news is that I can reuse this code. So this, I can get rid of the map getters now. This Tiny Mouse theme mixin will be perfect for this, because all of a sudden I just got to declare the variables here. I've got to have the props to accept the theme. In this sort of case, this is high enough to actually accept the theme. Yeah. And then pass everything down. So that way everything's loaded up before this is initialized. Because once it's initialized, this is set in stone by the looks of it. So it's a pity I can't just toggle it. Anyway, I'm probably going to call it there tonight because I've got to wake up super early tomorrow. So yeah, let's find someone to raid. Let's... Yeah. Oh, I've got an ad. Well, that's fine. Cheers, thank you very much, Aspie. Oh, I'm pasting in the wrong thing. I'm not copying and pasting the right things. I'm just double checking that this person is English, because that's been a couple of times I've done that. Yep, English. Alright, let's go raid. Thank you very much everyone for coming. It has been productive tonight. I do hope you enjoy the next stream. Yeah, so I will be here Friday. It's a public holiday for Friday. I don't know if I'll be doing it earlier to a later stream, but we'll find out. Anyway, thanks very much everyone, and have a good evening.